It's likely that you've heard by now that EA will no longer be creating FIFA. FIFA and EA have split. Their partnership is over after 30 years. EA will now go on to develop EA Sports FC, whereas FIFA, we're not too sure. We know that they're going to be creating a FIFA, but we know absolutely nothing about it. That's because it won't be releasing this year for a FIFA 24, but it does sound like they have something in the works for next year, maybe a FIFA 25. But with all of this, they're at a very big disadvantage. And in this video, I'm going to explain why. But before we do get into the video, if you're looking to get some very easy coins, then there is no better place than SkyCoach. With SkyCoach, all you need to do is select how many you want and the platform that you play on, and within just a few short hours, those coins will be added to your account, ready for you to do whatever it is you want to do. You want to go into FUT Draft? Go into FUT Draft. You want to buy players? Buy players. If you want to spend it all and waste it on packs, then spend it all and waste them all on packs. The choice is really up to you. If you're interested, there is a link in the description down below. Click that. That will take you straight over to SkyCoach. But also remember to go and use Fnatic at checkout because you can get yourself a 10% discount. Now it goes without saying that FIFA itself is a massive brand. They've got loads of money to spend, and it's likely that they're not going to fall short in finding a game developer and throwing loads of money at it. With that said though, right now we know absolutely nothing in terms of who's going to be developing the game. There has been rumors that it could potentially be 2K. 2K, the company behind NBA, which is a pretty good choice in the grand scheme of things. But other than that, their choices are somewhat limited. Even other game companies that have developed football games in the past or quite recently, they haven't really come through. And it's not because of the problems with licensing, it's just a fundamental problem with the gameplay that they put together. Now there is one other game company which could potentially do well, and it's actually a competitor of EA Sports FC. This is UFL. Over the last couple of years with the advertising, promotion, and they've also done well with some of the licenses that they put in place, they are probably much more of a competitor to EA Sports FC than what FIFA is currently. But not just that, they also have gameplay, and the gameplay that has been revealed does look good, which is more than what can be said about FIFA themselves, because this is what they have to say. The new FIFA game, the FIFA 25, 26, 27, and so on, will always be the best e-game for any girl or boy. We will have news on this very soon. Now with this, of course, most players will not be able to take too much away, but from my point of view, I would say that just by claiming that the name is more important than the game itself is a massive problem. It's not so much that the game is going to be fun that people are going to play, it's that because it's called FIFA that people are going to play. That's the claim that he's making here. And if you want to know why this is such a major problem, I do recommend going to check out our other channel where we talk about game development, game design, programming, you name it, absolutely everything to do with the gaming industry. That channel is called Developers by Design. And just as a basic overview, it's not the graphics that make games good. It's not the idea, the name, anything like that. It's gameplay mechanics. It's the idea that you can take something extremely basic, strip it back from all of its aesthetics and animations, and if it's still fun, well, once you add all those extra components on top, it will still be fun. With everything else, it's just the extra thing on top that makes it really what it is. That makes it more marketable, more polished, more immersive. And that does go with the licenses, which of course FIFA do have a lot. There's like 19,000 players, hundreds of teams, with there also being hundreds of stadiums alongside it. They definitely have that part nailed down, but if they don't have a fun game, well, it really doesn't make too much of a difference. The upside to FIFA competing against EA is that, well, it is still a massive company. They're going to be pouring billions in this because they know that they're able to go and get billions back if it's done correctly with the likes of Ultimate Team. And I wouldn't be surprised if FIFA just really recreates FIFA, if that makes sense. FIFA, the brand, which is going to be going their separate way in order for them to create their own game called FIFA, will just copy the layout that we have had for years in terms of the game being FIFA. It wouldn't surprise me if they did just an Ultimate Team with their very own spin on it, but still have it so that you're able to buy packs because, well, FIFA's gonna be money greedy. They're going to try and put this as a cash grab. What's funny is with licensing, they can't actually call it Ultimate Team, which is kind of ironic considering this split was because of licensing in the first place, and it's likely that FIFA will go on to create a similar game mode based off Ultimate Team, but can't call it Ultimate Team because of licensing. Whilst we're on the subject of licensing, it is also interesting to talk about with the game companies that could come in, because it was reported that FIFA were looking for $1 billion in terms of EA actually using the name FIFA within their games. That's what they were looking for. Now, if the rumors are true that 2K is supposed to be the next in line to take this position, well, 2K is a big company, actually more expensive than what most people believe, because 2K is owned by Take-Two, and Take-Two do also own Rockstar Games and many other gaming companies. There is a big financial backing for this. But even then, once you include all of those assets, it's not valued as much compared to EA. EA is still much bigger. So if EA can't afford or says that they're not actually going to be going through with this partnership, it's going to be more of a struggle for other game companies to do the same thing. Unless FIFA do drop their prices to be considerably less. Just for reference as well, EA is like the 5th most expensive game company, just behind Microsoft, Tencent, Sony, Blizzard, and then it is EA. For a smaller game company, or a game company which isn't valued as much as EA, to come in, buy up FIFA licenses, and let's just say it is for $1 billion, and that rumor is to be true, that is a massive ask. So in order for that game company to make sure that they're going to make profit on what is going to be a very large investment, they will really need to make sure that they hit the ground running and they milk it hard, which probably won't do well. For those that don't know, EA has multiple teams working on the next game. Not just for EA Sports FC 24, but 25, and also it's likely that there's pre-production already underway for 26. The second that one of these teams manage to go and finish EA Sports 24, that gets pushed public, there will be part of that team which is left behind to continuously work on the content that will be pushed out throughout the year, but a huge majority of that team will then leave and start working on EA Sports 26, whilst a completely separate team is already well underway on EA Sports 25. There was actually a trailer several years ago, it might have been for FIFA 15, where their trailer pretty much goes, we are 09, we are 11, we are 13, and now we are 15. Something along those lines, highlighting that they're the team behind creating all the odd numbers for FIFA, whereas there's another team creating all the even numbers. Of course, they're all part of one organization being EA, and there is assets which are shared across each. But they do split production because having it all under one roof, well, it gets a bit messy. But yeah, again, the reason I bring all of this up is because now this is also a problem for FIFA, or whatever game company there is actually developing the next FIFA, because none of that is in place. And when you're starting from absolutely nothing, there is nothing that can be reused. You need to build it all from scratch. And this is another point which needs to be made with game development as a whole. And for this one, we're going to have to look outside of sports simulation games because they have been going on for a very long time. Let's actually look at God of War. God of War was released in 2018, but its development started within 2013. Now, yes, of course, God of War is completely different to FIFA. God of War is just at a much higher standard in terms of narrative, gameplay, and just overall entertainment. The reason I bring it up is because God of War Ragnarok took substantially less time while still maintaining a similar quality. The reason why this happened was because God of War had to rebuild all of these systems from absolutely nothing. They had nothing else to base it off. It was from zero built up. But God of War Ragnarok took considerably less time because they were able to reuse those systems. FIFA as well as EA Sports FC, they already have those systems in place, making it much easier in order for them to keep on reusing those systems, but just add an extra layer on top of them with whatever new technology they're planning to add every single year. Hypermotion 3, 4, 5, whatever it is. But FIFA does not have any of this. And even though, and I said this earlier, FIFA's going to be chucking millions at this, because they know towards the end they will be able to try and pull out billions. But I think for the next couple of FIFAs, potentially what they're saying, FIFA 25, 26, 27, will not actually be the games that they're thinking of. And the reason I put together this video is because, well, I'm trying to see if I can predict the future. I think FIFA will potentially be a flop. Of course, I could be massively wrong, in which the whole point of this video is that you can call me out in a few years when it is finally released. And I'm hoping that if it is extremely successful, hopefully you forget by then. But if I'm right, well, you know that I'm definitely going to pull this video up and show the world. Right now, in terms of my list for football games, I still hold EA Sports FC at the top. I know I complain about it every year, and so does so many other people complain about it. It definitely has its downsides, but it also has its moments of being fun. I think gameplay can be fun when it's consistent. It's just rare for it to be consistent. But in terms of the systems being in place, they are all there. Fundamentally, Ultimate Team is a good game mode. It is a fun game mode, and I do enjoy grinding through it, not just through trading, but also playing games, being able to level up, go through seasons, complete objectives, build my ultimate team. It is great. Following EA Sports FC, a close second is UFO. I'm very impressed with what's been shown so far. They don't have as much licensing compared to EA Sports FC or FIFA for that matter, but on a fundamental level for gameplay, it looks amazing. Really good, and very impressed to see a game company come out and really give EA Sports a run for their money. And then after, we've got FIFA. FIFA, of course, has a ton of money, and they can keep on throwing money at this game until it is successful, so they definitely have longevity. But I think for the release, it's not going to be what they expect, especially considering that there's so many companies before which have had a ton of money and thought that that meant that they were going to be a guaranteed success, only for not really much to happen. Yes, I am talking about Amazon here, but that could also be applied to many other companies as well, so maybe not just Amazon. With all of this, we do still need to wait and see. EA Sports FC is close to being revealed. I mean, it has already been announced, but we need to wait until the gameplay comes through. That will be happening in July. After that, well, we just need to go and wait to see what FIFA plans to go and do with their game. The gameplay, the game modes, the features, everything. And it is an uphill battle for them, but we should be getting news about that very soon, according to FIFA's statements. With this video, let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. Who do you think will be the leader for football simulation games? EA Sports, FIFA, UFL, or maybe someone completely different? But for now, thank you very much for watching.